Hello and welcome to the recap episode of my Civilization 5 Vox Populi Let's Play series. We're playing as Korea. This map doesn't look at all like the world looked. Let's just play a turn or two, make sure we are in the right place. Yeah, this doesn't... I know a lot of people watch this that don't watch the entire series. I'll show you the real map in the background at the end, because there's not going to be too much interesting things happening here. Unless, is this desert and not mountains? Because there was not a mountain blocking our path this way. There were mountains. Let me show you where the mountains were. If you follow this mouse here, the point of the mouse, fully enclosing Mongolia, basically. A circle around Mongolia and this city-state. Completely locked them off. I think there might have been a path through to this. I don't think so, actually. I think they were fully locked off, but the only path was up this coast towards me. And I started this close to the Celts as well. So I'm limited to go, because there's all mountains here. So I'm limited to only go one spot here, I had my eye on. One spot over here, maybe another here, another here. So there were my options. So let's play this on a bit. But you got to remember, I'm playing against Deity level AI. They're going to get their cities out quicker than me. Although in fairness, I think I could get cities out quicker. I tend to be quite slow on them. I think it is possible to get them out quick. It certainly is possible than I do. I'm just greedy. I like, but I think my timings are off, especially in such an enclosed space. I wasn't to know how enclosed it was though, overall. The Celts anyway started a city. So this definitely isn't mountains, because they didn't start on top of a mountain. Yeah, so that was that was probably my main spot that I was like, yes, I want to start it there. So that was a little annoying. I should say Korea, what are we? Our specialist is to get specialists. So we're going to be starting tradition. That's what I think I started here. But our special unit is siege weapons to start with logistics instead of trebuchets. So they're pretty powerful. I was very tempted to go warmongering at the start. Hindsight's 2020, but I wish I had now. With how I can see the map is. So, yeah, we went tradition anyway. So here's the Celts have expanded out to the left. Mongolia has expanded up here, right into a mountain, I think, leaving us open for this part. So that's not too bad. Let's look at where everyone else is in the world. So a couple of the highlight nations you need to keep an eye on will be Ethiopia, have their own island. Wow, this is a strange map. Denmark have their own island. Portugal, pretty much, yeah, that was an island as well. Yeah, they were so isolated. This was so hard for me to win from the start. Yeah, so these are the three nations you want to keep an eye on, especially Ethiopia and Portugal. Denmark as a third option. Wow, they have lots of growing room there. Portugal have a nice set amount themselves. If I had any of these three starting spots, I think Korea would have done very well. Turtled up, just grow out their small little empire. Turtled up, get a science or cultural victory. Would have been very interesting. But they're already on 3 cities. Pretty much all the AI, except for Mongolia, we're on 1. That might say more about me than it does about the AI, though. The Celts get their 5th city just the moment I get my 2nd. Same with the Vikings, wow, and Sweden here. So this is going to be I won't spoil that. This still isn't looking too bad for me. 2 cities. If I get a 3rd city out nice and quickly, somewhere down here, a 4th city perhaps. That's good. That could be livable. The problem with that is, I know Mongolia are down here around about now. Mongolia are going to war. I also have an idea that there's a mountain range locking them here. So I'm praying they have a way out. I'm praying they have someone to fight down here. Because as it turns out, the only person they could have fought for the first 1,000 years of this game is me. Which might be what kills me, I suppose. One of the many things I think there's many strands I could have pulled on that would unravel my strategy here. Portugal filled up their island. We're still on 2 cities. Ethiopia have multiple islands to grow to. The Danish, wow, they had such a nice start. Um, Now, was this a war we missed already? Yeah, there we go. That was the Swedish city, and it turns Celts. So this war started quite early. That was nice for me to hear. The Celts were at war with someone down here. It meant they weren't going to attack me because we had very close borders. And this is a disaster. Mongolia has settled a city down here. I'm like, oh no, I really wanted that. But I think I might have a settler out around now. And there's still room for me. But there's like one more spot left, I think, realistically. It looks like maybe there's two, but there's a mountain range. If I put this one city here on my mouse power, I'd be the wrong side of a mountain range. I was considering it, but it would have been very difficult to defend. I went with it anyway. It wasn't the wrong... Actually, no, okay. It wasn't the wrong side of a mountain range. I'm sorry, that would have been a little more to the left. So there was actually room for me here. Well, I don't think there was room along the coast for another city. It looks like there's plenty of room, but I don't think there was. We'll have a look at the real map when I finish going through this one. Yeah, I just don't think there was. Wow, this is interesting. Look at this. The Danish have already expanded over here. I wish I was in there. Actually, I wish I was in Portugal's spot or Ethiopia's more than anyone's. Would have been fantastic. Let's see how we get on. A war is about to break out soon. Probably around about now. The Mongolians are not pleased with this forward settle that they consider, which is fair enough from a point of view. They really aren't pleased with this, and they go to war with us. We have not seen any horse units off them, which has given me great hope. But what units do I have? Probably not that many, because I don't become powerful until I get trebuchets, which is really a good while away. Yeah, there we go. We lost the city. Did everything I could hold on to this. I thought there was a chance. In fact, if I could play it again, I think I might have been able to hold on to it because I had rivers around it. But it was just too much. Too many units just kept streaming in. I thought I had it defended, but they just kept streaming. So I think I had to peace out around now. And I'm left with two cities. I'm left with two cities to build from, which was not enough. It just kept me a little too far behind the other tech and cultural powerhouses. Even though I nearly kept up, this was too much of an early game knife in the stomach. But the reason I didn't quit already was Mongolia were weak. I used a citadel here, you can see popped out into them. Around now, I also had to defend myself against the Celts. This is going to be a run team, which this map's not going to show very well. So I'm probably going to give you the main narrative on the other screen. But bear in mind, I go to war against Mongolia, the Celts go to war with me. I'm fighting the war with the Celts, Mongolia goes to war with me. I'm fighting Mongolia, Portugal goes to war with me. It's never ending. It's not going to show up too much. But I'm still feeling hopeful here. I take back the city, lose it, take it back. And I'm like, okay, 3 cities. Mongolia are weak AF, I'll say. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can just sweep through Mongolia, vassal them, and there's my empire. There's my fortified area. I can turtle up from that point. I've lost a lot of time already, but no, there's still game to be played. So I take this city and I'm thinking, I'm not stopping. I'm taking more cities. It's not going to show up. I have no idea actually what's happening right now. I wish one of the old games, it used to give notifications down the side, which was fantastic with the map. Whereas to get that now, I have to go into messages, which closes the map. it's pretty crap actually. It's one of the worst features in the game. I would like the notification just tell me when wars start. That would really help me with this narrative. But yeah, as I remember, which isn't perfect memory, I must admit, I wanted to continue this war. The Celts went to war with me. So I had to move my units quickly back. I think I'm losing a hell of a lot of area here, actually. They are on top of me. They're hurting me bad. I'm pretty desperate. I fight them off. Portuguese, I think, At some stage, let's just assume Portugal are always at war with me, because they pretty much were. They never were able to do much. They just had boats against my cities. Let's assume also we get trebuchets around now. What are they called? Hwach'as. So I have logistics. I'm feeling strong. I'm defending the Celts. Let's say I get peace against the Celts. I go to war against Mongolia. This just continues happening. War against Mongolia. Portugal attacks. The Celts attack. Portugal attacks. We're stagnant for centuries. Centuries. The Celts have long ago. I probably missed it. Let's sweep back over it. Yeah, from pretty much the start, the Celts had swept over the Swedes. They're probably, when they took that city there, they were vassals from that point. So let's spread on a bit. Ethiopia have their island. Portugal have theirs. The Celts have quite a powerful empire. The Zulus here. Wow, I wasn't talking much about them. They had quite a nice empire. I wonder how long they keep this. Because I could only ever see 1 or 2 cities. I had very bad vision in this entire game. We're so locked in. We were just at war with these two so much. There was nowhere to go. Let's just see if anything interesting happens. There we go. The Celts taking over the Zulus. Leaves them with just this city, I imagine. What's down here? Is that the Zulus? Or is it just a spot of grass in the middle of snow? I think is probably what it is. So let's see. Is anything interesting going to pop up here for forever? Is this a Mongolian settlement? Wow, nice. I didn't realize just how close the Vikings were. Yeah, they were a lot closer than I thought. This island over here is going to become important towards the end of the game. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me. Let's just let this play on a bit. I will... Yeah, let me recap the last 500 years or so that nothing happened. I've already said it. Went to war, got attacked. Went to war, got attacked. Went to war, got attacked. It was constant. Actually, in fairness to the Mongolians, now that I think about it, they didn't invade me much at all. The odd time when I was involved in a war with one of these guys, or particularly Portugal, they often went to war 1 turn after Portugal did. But not much at all, because they were fairly weak. They were quite weak. And if I just had 20, 30 turns of peace, they would have easily been vassaled. And it would have changed so much. I think that might be around about now I'm going to get the upper hand against the Mongolians. No, much later. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that happened quite... No, there's only 1 city there. Yeah, so... It might have been during a... Let me think. Let me try and remember. I think I was fighting the Celts, and I was finally getting the upper hand a little. I thought Dublin was right here. I thought maybe I'll be able to take it. Portugal attacks. Fine, I peace out against the Celts. Mongolia attacks. I'm not that worried about Portugal. Their large navy is sitting here. They're getting bombarded by me. And I think this is a chance. I can hold the Portuguese at bay. I have a peace treaty with the Celts. I'm moving most of my units down to Mongolia. So I do that. Take a city. And oh, I must have got pieced out again. The Celts probably got back into the war. The Portuguese probably were pushing harder than I thought. Once or twice through the game, the Danish declared war. They usually didn't do much. Oh, I think I remember what happened one of my wars. The Swedes had like 4 units over here. They landed while I was fully engaged against the Celts. And I was like, oh no, I have to peace out. I'm undefended. I think that was a few turns a while ago in the history of this. So yeah, the world's become quite stagnant there. The Celts were doing very well. But really, what doesn't show is the tech and the culture. The Ethiopians are miles ahead on both. Not miles ahead, they're ahead, significantly ahead. Portuguese are up there with them. Especially on culture, they are significantly ahead. So this dance continues. War against one, war against another. But I finally get another city off Mongolia. Good. Now all I have to do is take their capital. I'm sure I'll get them to become my vassal. No, of course not. The Celts invade. The Portuguese invade. It was just non-stop. As you can see there, the Celts. Yeah, I took. Oh, I remember this actually. I took their city. Portugal then heavily invaded. I had to move some units to defend. This had a water tile. It doesn't look like it on the map at the moment. There was water. There was an inland sea coming in here. They are attacking the city. Oh no, the Celts I think took it back, and they are at war with the Celts. I'm at war with them. There was like a three-way. Everyone's at war with everyone, and the city-state snuck in and took it. But they didn't keep it for long. The Celts took it back. We took it back. And now we're feeling strong. We're feeling, finally, we've got our foothold into some nice cities. We have the Celtic capital here. And we've killed our units. All these wars seems to have obliterated our units. We finally got the upper hand with our siege weapons, with logistics. Killing. And we're ready to take it. But of course, we have to peace out to deal with the Portuguese. Mongolians probably attack again. The Danish probably land units or something. Well, no, they didn't land units till the end. But something slowed us. We had to take another 10, 20 turn break. But then we finally got around to it. We took Edinburgh. Actually, I don't think we did take a break. I think we just went Dublin, Edinburgh. Boom, peace. I have their capital. I have all their wonders. At this point, I'm desperate. Ethiopia are at the height. They're about to get a cultural victory. Well, they're very close to getting it. After a bit more reading, I realised they needed a few more social policies. But it wasn't a long way off. They had to be dealt with. My plan for a good while now was, how about take one of these cities? Just take one, weaken them. I can't get through this straight here, so the other choice was to come over this side of the cylinder and attack these cities. I have the Celts off my back. Portuguese, I can't touch them. I had massive siege weapons that could reach the entire sea right up to their coast. I could have built a few naval units, defended them heavily, and attacked this city. I could have done great damage against Portugal, but I just couldn't for strategic reasons. Ethiopia would have got a cultural victory. The only body stopping them was Portugal. I had to keep Portugal alive. I couldn't hurt their cities. And it cost me. Maybe I could have done something different. I'm not sure. I got my units together. Let's play it under like 10, 20 turns. Nothing pretty much happens. I think... Oh, that went a bit faster than I realised. So I got some units together. They travelled across the water. Halfway across, I realised something. A great opportunity. There's a city-state here. I don't have to declare war Ethiopia because I had no way to land units. They had a massive navy and I didn't. The city-state provided me a great opportunity. Attack the city-state. Capture it. Done. Land all my units in there and go to war against Ethiopia. About 3 or 4 turns before this, though, it's already happened in this playthrough. Portugal. They were the first person to get the Manhattan Project. Followed closely by Ethiopia, but they were the first to get it, which meant they got a free nuke. They were at war with me the entire game. Look at the demographics. The only person they have a border against is me. They have a massive border against me. They have a very slight... Actually, they don't even have a border against the Celts. The city-state took it all. So the only civ they have a border against is me. They consider me their big rival. If they're thinking of going to war with anyone, it's me. And the entire game, they went to war with me. They get a nuke. They can see my capital. They can reach my capital. They bloody nuke me. And I would have lost more units, except they were all over here on this adventure. Their navy surrounding me. They could have taken my city. They were just bad. The AI is not that smart. I don't think. They nuked my city. They decimated it. And then their boats were around this city. And it was about 2-3 turns, 1 or 2 turns, before they finally got up here. At which time I'd moved I had 1 artillery unit with splash damage, with logistics. I had 1 machine gunner. Actually, I don't think I did. I had to buy the machine gunner. I managed to defend both these cities with that. Unfortunately, the Vikings this time, they were already at war with me. They landed a massive army against this captured city. The Celts stayed out of it, in fairness to them. And yeah, there you go. Let's get to the end. They took this city. I was playing on desperation more than anything. I wanted to see, would my plan have worked? Could I have taken this island? The answer was no. They had 8 in the end, 9 maybe planes stationed between these. 6 here and 2 here, if I remember correctly. So that's 8, I suppose. The planes were tearing me apart. The navy was appearing over here. They killed all my melee units. My artillery, my 3 artillery pieces were exposed. That's what I wish I could have changed. Let me exit out. Just one more turn of me. So now you can see what it actually looked like. These artillery pieces. I should have had 8 or 9 of these that were logistics from early in the game. I was down to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's the farthest I can zoom out? Here we go. Okay, so I'm assuming a lot of you guys haven't watched the series. So let me just show you what the world looked like. Here was my starting city. Mountains to the south of me. That's fine, I thought. Nice spot here to settle. Somewhere around here would have been lovely. No, Dublin got there first. The Celts got there first. Okay. Second city down here. Here's the mountain range I was discussing. Comes all the way down. Look at that for a beast of a mountain range. Is there any way I can cheat to reveal all the map? Let me see. Options. No. I seem to remember there was some sort of cheat option in Civ 4 where you could buy yourself units, you could change the map, all of that. It was a handy way just to see the entire map sometimes at the end of the game. I don't see it anyway. So yeah, the Mongols were fully enclosed. Yeah, fully enclosed. There was no path out of their enclave except this mountain pass, and this mountain pass coming straight through to me. I don't think this was a bad city now that I look at it. It's very defendable. I thought it was. I don't think I defended it enough. 2, 3 more units at the early game would have kept me these 3 cities, which I would have broken the Mongols back. I would have taken another city or settled down here perhaps. It could have changed everything. It really could have changed everything. But as I said, I failed. They took the city. I took it back. I was left with 2 for too long. The Celts built up too much. They had their interesting area here. There was a few mountains. Sorry, not mountains, hills and rivers. So it helped me defending, but it also hurt me while attacking them. I got range 3. Their city had range 3. It was very difficult to get around their city to attack it. I got range 4. That's when the city finally fell. Here was the Portuguese. Look at this start. The slight little slip of land here. Yeah, they had 0 coast, 0 border with the Celts. Actually, that's not true. This guy would have had a border here. They may have had 1 or 2 tiles here as a border. But for the most part, their entire border was with us, which explains why they just went to war with us over and over and over again. The Celts as well went to war with us a good bit because they had a border near capitals. I think probably emphasizes it more. Mongolia had no other choice. They're a warmonger. They had to attack. They had to attack me. It was a disaster. So let me show you the trip we took to the Ethiopian. We sent a flotilla here. It was while at war with the Vikings, while thinking any moment the Portuguese would invade. We sent a flotilla that was barely defended across here. We ran into 10 Ethiopian ships here that just ignored us. They never reappeared. I think they're off on an adventure down here somewhere. Yeah, we landed. We took this city. A desperate last throw of the dice. Failure. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up then, but I'm gonna play it out. I'm gonna see how long it does take these Ethiopians to build their cultural victory. I think they need 9 freedom tenants, so they're on 8, and then they just need to build 1 building. I think it's actually no. I don't think I will play it out. Screw it. The hell with this game. After talking about that, I'm like, I hate this game and I hate everything about it. They dogpiled me so efficiently, so badly. It's understandable from the AI's point of view. I've had a few commenters who are saying the game's unfair, how they dogpile, how the AI always bully me, and this video is an example of that. I don't think that is fair. I think if I controlled my diplomacy a little better, actually that was something. I befriended the Zulus who went to war with everyone. That was a big mistake. That got me on everybody's negative side. I think I should have gone heavy befriending one of these two guys. It doesn't matter which one, just one of the two. Mongolia was always going to be at war with me. Yeah, if I could have kept one of these on side, I think would have changed everything. Because it was when both of these guys were at war with me at the same time, I was just so under pressure. But ideally, even befriended both of them. Do you know what I would change if I could? I wouldn't have got a religion. I would have let the Portuguese religion flow over me, just to get us on side with each other. Because I don't really make use of religion the best anyway. I think that could have changed. Like once I got hold of Mongolia, in this new world where I kept peace. Once I captured all the Mongolian cities, or a lot of them, then fine. Who cares about friendship? I could have turtled up. I could have maybe attacked with my superior siege weapons, or I could have just defended. Actually, something I didn't mention later on in the game, diplomacy. They what's the word I'm looking for here? They embargoed me. That cost me a lot. It cost me money. I wasn't able to make trade deals with people. I could have got some money and resources off somebody when I needed the happiness or money. I could have traded a few techs here and there with the weaker civs like the Zulus and the Swedes, because there was no tech brokering. So it would have been just free money for me to trade with some of the lower level ones. Yeah, they just cut me off at the knees and that as well. There's so many things I think if I had have changed, just one of the 20, 30 things that beat me, I feel I could have won it. I could have turned it around. Hell, even the way it went, I think it could have been turned around a few times. But I guess the biggest thing if I could change was if I had rolled the dice earlier. Like, if I had continued a war against these guys with just one, nah, that wouldn't have worked. Hell, I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe that was unwinnable. Not from the very start. From the very start, it was fine. I think when I messed up against the Mongolians, it might have been unwinnable from that point. No, maybe from the Zulus, befriending the Zulus. Maybe that was the turning point. Who knows? Who knows? Watch the entire series. I'll have a playlist at the end of the video shown up, or it's probably in the links somewhere. Watch through the whole series yourself. Let me know what you think. Could have been done different. I'm off to make another video, I reckon. Perhaps I'll take a couple of days off. I'm trying to think what civ I'll pick. It'll be too late for you guys to have an input. But I'm taking a warmongerer. I perhaps can I get into a list of civs? Let's see. Let's do this thinking live on, not live, but recorded here. Civ? Civilizations? Civilizations and leaders. What's going on here? Are we frozen? Civilizations and leaders. Nope. Alright, let's go back to the front page, I suppose. So, what am I looking for? I guess leaders or civilization and leaders. Is this not an alphabetical order? This is crazy. It's got to be here somewhere. How is it not at the top of the list? Game concepts. Is it? Oh, it's up here maybe? I don't know. Homepage. Here we go. Okay. Apologies for that. It's got to be here though, right? Here we go. Right. So who am I thinking? I haven't played Egypt. on video yet, and I seem to remember they have a pretty cool specialty. Let's have a look at here. Is it their unique unit that is the cool thing, or is it their unique building? Gift of the Pharaoh. I think that might be it. Let's see. Gift of the Pharaoh. Okay, we'll click on that in a moment. Fast range unit. Unlike blah 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 blah. Gift of the Pharaoh. So receive production in your capital when you defeat an enemy unit. So you want to have these units just roaming around, killing everything, and maybe your capital then can build up strong. I'd be tempted to go tradition on that one, but no, I think I've learned my lesson. Authority, always authority. Maybe get tradition second, but no, I don't think that's realistic either. Yeah, just authority. If you're going to go any kind of fighting or warmongering, it's the way to go, I think. And what is their special building? Burial tomb. Helps with tourism. Is it? Receive a free unique Egyptian artifact when constructed. Wow, so every building will have an artifact already. That's pretty powerful, no? Especially if I went tradition or something. Or would I want to go... what's that other... The other... Whatever these things are called, social policy. Artistry would help with that, would it? For all great works and stuff. Yeah, so how about like authority, artistry, imperialism? Yeah, it could be interesting. If you got religion though, you could go authority, fealty, often work well together. This works with military. Religion and military work well together and all. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Egypt at the moment. Let's see if anything else jumps out. Do I have to go all the way back to the start? Who else would jump out? You know, Greece. What have they got going for them? I don't think I've played Egypt before, but I don't know if I've ever played Greece before. So they have hoplites. Let's see what their unique ability is for city-state. This is why I don't play them. City-state influence. I just don't like the sound of it. It degrades a half and recovers at twice the normal pace. So that wouldn't be bad for authority. You could go ahead and bully them all, and you'll still get the bonuses back. Each city-state alliance boosts the strength of owned or allied units by 5%. Wow, that's interesting. But that means I'm going to have to spend so much time concentrating on getting city-state allies, which I don't think is too bad when you're going authority. It is doable, I think, when you have that much of an impact around the world. I seem to do okay with city-states when I'm a warmonger, whereas when I'm that last game, I had no chance with the city-states. City-state territory treats owned units as friendly. City-state territory treats owned units as friendly units at all times. I'm not sure what that means. And the hoplite, what does that do? Specialize in defeating mounting units. Only the Greeks may build it. This unit has a higher combat strength than the spearman, which it replaces and chooses great generals very quickly. Also starts with discipline. 5% combat strength, 5% additional combat strength when adjacent to friendly units. Does that scale then? If I had like just circles of them, do they all just give each other bonuses? So a hoplite with like archers behind it would get this bonus from those archers. Doesn't need to be hoplites around them. Okay, that's interesting. Especially if it keeps this, it should keep this as it gets promoted. I see no reason why this would be taken away from it. Oh, and the Great General's ability. That would be pretty good as well. Yeah, that's an interesting unit. It's nothing too special though, I don't think. And the Acropolis. Extra tourism, extra great writers. Yeah, it's all over the place, Greece, though. I don't know. Egypt's winning for me on that one so far. Let's have one more look at one more save I'll pick out. And I might end up playing something completely different. The Zulus. I'm not sure if I played that. I avoid Venice. I don't think so. That's good for technology, isn't it? Do you know who I'd be tempted to play, but it's not a warmonger? Ethiopia. They always give me trouble in games. So maybe they should be played. So yeah, Ethiopia, there they are. The Aztecs. I don't think I have played them yet in this series. They're just too easy though. They just sweep over. They're fun. Oh my god, they're fun. And after this frustrating game, maybe I should play that and just see if I can win quickly as possible. Yeah, that'd be very tempting. The Celts, just so I can have Dublin as my second city. Although it would annoy me that it's not the first city. And also that all the cities have the wrong names anyway. Because the Boadicea as the leader should be the Bretons, is it? The British ones? And not the Scottish cities and not the Irish cities, which it does have. Who else? Rome. I really enjoyed Rome, but I've already played it up. Here we go. Here's another warmonger. The Shoshone Empire. No, Shoshone is a North American, isn't it? These are Songhai, I guess, like Middle Eastern, I think. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Triple gold when pillaging encampments. Right, so you're definitely going to authority yearly, and you're trying to get as many of them as you can. And cities. So we also get triple bonuses from cities. And late on in an authority game, in a warmonger game, you're already getting 2,000-3,000 from taking a city. So that's up to like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So this is a lot of money. Land units gain war canoe, and amphibious promotion. If I played this map pack again with all these rivers, that would be massive. That'd be overpowered, in fact. And ignores terrain costs when adjacent to rivers. Yeah. If I played this same map pack with this guy, it'd be overpowered. Rivers, great city connections. I'm tempted to play this map pack with him just for the fun of it. Let's see. What's his special units then? I'm always hesitant when the special unit's a horse unit because I don't usually build that many horse units. I just stick with a melee unit with a archers and siege weapons behind it. But then again, I do throw in a few horse units. And if it's my specialist unit, I'm not against having lots of them. So powerful ancient mounted unit with spearmen. Only Songhai may build it. The unit is not penalized when attacking cities. Oh, that's interesting. Unlike horsemen, which it replaces, and starts with the raider promotion. Nothing's jumping out at me yet, depending on what this raider promotion is. Flank attack bonus increased by 150%. Nice. So you want to have them in packs or with melee units backing them up or something. Steel gold equal to 50% of the damage inflicted on a city. So you want them to be attacking cities. Capped at cities defense times 10. Yeah, okay. Cities late game, that's like 800 gold. Like the cap is anyway. Is able to use enemy roads. Okay, very interesting units. What do they replace? Replaces just a normal horseman, so you get them fairly early. Okay. What's their building? These are getting my attention, especially because I haven't really played them before. Actually, did they used to? When you took a city, you got a technology or something? So that used to be their unique ability. Like grants +1 production to all river tiles near the city. Oh, definitely I want to use this map pack again for this. And 10% production when constructing buildings in this city. Allows production to be moved from the city along trade routes inside your city. Sorry, I sort of half stopped reading there. Production when constructing this building in the city. Allows production to be moved. Oh yeah, okay. So that's I can send the production on trade routes earlier than usual. So I think, and yeah, improves like marble, stone, all that. Probably, are these improvements the same as in the stoneworks? Yeah, it looks about the same. Marble 1-1, marble 1-1. Yeah. So it's really just all river tiles, which could be fairly interesting. And 10% production when constructing building. Wait. Oh, when constructing buildings, so any buildings. Yeah, alright, that's very good if I have rivers. Whereas I could just make sure I start with rivers. Yeah, okay, I think we might have a winner here. I'm gonna leave it there though. I'll let you guys think what I should play as. But like I said, it's gonna be too late for this series. But give me ideas for the next series after that if you want. Until then, every day 2 o'clock is usually when I put up episodes. Like I said, there might be a couple of days break after this one. But if you hit the subscribe button, which probably has appeared on the screen around about now, that should tell you. And what will I put on the right side of the screen? Let me think. On the top right of the screen, I'll put this series that I just did a recap of. The Korean, what did I call it? Best Korea is what I call this playlist. So check that out. And then the bottom right, what I will link to is the playlist, my next series. Like if you watch this as the video comes out, this will be blank, and I'll add it in a few days later, I think. But yeah, so my next series, I'm not sure what's going to be, but I'll try and think up a nice pun name for it. So until then, have a good one. I hope you enjoyed this series, even though it was a bit of a failure. I enjoyed it. I just wish I could do it again. I might, in my own time, just restart from the initial save state and try that again. Until next time, though, have a good one, and I'll see you then. Bye.